Dr. Dane Donahue here. I want to tell you about an upcoming program here in just a couple months that you don't want to miss. The first reason you don't want to miss it, it's in beautiful San Diego, California, one of the most beautiful places in our country. The second reason is that we're going to be talking about a very important four-step process to your practice. And you know, I'm a third-generation chiropractor. I have 12 members of my family that are chiropractors. Been involved in chiropractic my whole life. I've seen a ton of practices, and I have to tell you, there has to be some sort of a system for running your practice. And that's what we're going to be talking about. This is going to be a nuts and bolts seminar. Unlike a lot of seminars that I attend that are really important, where we talk about SPIZ and we talk about philosophy, in this, and that would be what I would consider the why behind the what. In this seminar, we're going to be talking about the hows and the whats, literally, as my friend Brad likes to call it, the X's and O's of practice. So we have a four-step process. The four steps are first the wellness score, and I'm going to be talking a lot about the wellness score that you may want to look at using in your practice to track the clinical results in your practice. We have people like Dr. Miles Bodson, who's going to be talking about step two, and step two is creating your care plan. So I look at the wellness score as identifying the problems, the physiological problems, and tracking those for your patients. And then step two is you got to come up with a solution. And so Dr. Miles Bodson and Holly Jensen, they're going to be really digging deep into day one and day two procedures of how do you create your care plans. And in the Cash Practice system, we have a very systemized way in our office of how we create care plans that look professional, that patients understand. Step three is how do you get patients to pay for care? You know, I don't know about you, but I've been in practice 21 years, and I've seen the environment really radically change. We're moving from an insurance-dependent model of practice to a cash-dependent model of practice, and if you don't know how to collect cash, you're going to be sunk. I believe that if you don't know how to convert your practice from insurance dependence to cash dependence, it's really going to affect you over the next 5-10 years if it hasn't already. So instead of waiting for that train to break down, maybe you want to start looking for ways to look for a new train and new tracks so that you can start moving your practice in a new direction. We've collected over $1 million in cash in our practice the past 4 years, so we're not an insurance-dependent practice, and it makes me feel good putting my head on the pillow at night. So we're going to be talking about ChiroHealth USA has created some great systems on how to take legal discounted plans. So Jeff Foxworthy is going to talk a lot about that, and again, the X's and O's of how do you do it legally, because there's definitely compliance issues that you're going to want to think about. And then finally, step four is probably one of the most important ones, and that is education. So you've got to be able to develop relationships. Again, I think practice is radically different than before because people will pay you for things that they value. And I think with the things that people value most are relationships. It's trust. And so when you're trying to develop trust in relationships, you can't do that without having a connection. And so we're going to be talking a lot about, you know, how do you develop a system of education in your practice. We have a lot of technology, what we'd call high-tech things, using the auto drip system with Cash Practice to create campaigns to educate your patients. But the key is you've got to stay connected with your patients. So hopefully you realize the importance of getting there on August 17th and 18th is when the seminar is. It's in San Diego, California. I look forward to seeing you there. Please go to cashpractice.com, Cash Practice on the screen right now, and sign up for the Cash Practice Academy seminar, and I'll see you there.